Welcome back, you beautiful people, you. Welcome back to the 1000-Year Door playthrough. Last time, we just went through the Bowser and Peach sections. It was pretty cool, pretty fun. So yeah, after you beat the boss of pretty much every chapter, you'll respawn in a convenient area. Anyways, before we leave, we're going to get two things. We're going to pick up another leaf. By the way, it's random of the three bushes as to which one it's going to be. And we're going to pick this up. This is the Mega Rush badge, or Mega Rush Partner badge. Basically, what this does is that you increase the attack power by 5 when your partner is in peril. By the way, the peril status activates when you or your partner are at 1 HP. It's not like a rage mode or anything, it's just like, you know, danger. And since we just picked up that crystal star, we have another dot added to our star point list, to our star power list. Something wrong, Mario? You're shanking. Are you feeling all right? I believe that was Super Mario World theme. That's a new mailbox at SP, isn't it? Wow, neat. Did you get some mail? My dearest Mario, I sent this letter. Basically, she's just sort of telling you about as to what's been going on. She tells you that that the game's afoot and that there's another evil organization out to get you. Anyways, when we head to Road Park, we're actually not going to be. We're going to be heading to the door, and we're also going to be checking the side quest board to see what we can do. And since we've already fought these enemies numerous times, we're going to just sort of run past them. That's if we can. Yep, we can. Good job. Technically, I could have done that before as well, but I wanted to do that then. Anyways, we got 4 star pieces and 3 shine sprites. So let's go back to Road Park. Though first things first, we should probably just go ahead and just stop by the door because every time that we go to the 1000-Year Door, we automatically we get a jump cut back to Franklin's place. Outside of going to the door and getting an idea of our next direction, we're not actually going to be doing the next chapter yet. We're going to be doing some side quests that I think are important, or at least just ones that I just feel in the mood to do, which is pretty much all of them. Shouldn't be too bad. I mean, I think, in fact, yeah, one of them that's going to be kind of a big one is going right back through Hooktail Castle. In which case, how should I actually take care of that now that I think about it? I actually don't know. Darn, I don't know how to do that. Because, if anyone's curious, I'm actually recording everything on my phone. And, I don't exactly know how to cut out just the specific parts of it. And I know that going through most of Hooktail Castle is going to be kind of a pain. By the way, we can actually go through this stuff now. And before actually all of that though, sorry, I'm getting a little sidetracked. You want to come over here. Now this is actually going to cost actually, should I do this now? Yeah, sure. I'll go ahead and do this now because I'm probably also going to be selling some badges that I don't need later anyways. This is Merlee. She gives us luck. Now, basically, is that certain random things will happen. Cheap path is 5, normal path is 20, and special path is 50. Honestly, the only one that should ever matter is the special path. Basically, what these helpful curses do that are clearly labeled as being helpful is this all hand happens completely randomly. You don't know as to when it's going to activate. If Mario's about to get damaged, there's a chance that this curse will activate and his defense will be raised. If Mario attacks, there's a chance his attack power might get raised. It can increase the amount of coins that you get after a battle, and it can but here's the big one that's really cool and important in my opinion. It can double the amount of the amount of star points that you get after beating enemies. And basically, I've had times, and yes, I have had times before where I have fought bosses and that have doubled my star count, which is really cool. It's like super euphoric when that happens, because when that happens, it's like you originally get like only 30 or like 20, but then it's like, oh man, I got so many more star points now. I just got like a surplus. I got like 40 or 60. It's like so much, so cool. Anyways, just do this again. And before we actually get to the actual platform, I was just coming over here and doing this, and then fly all the way to the other side of the area. You now technically have access to the Pit of 100 Trials, which is a gauntlet, which is a gauntlet of 100 floors, and with like prizes on every 10th floor. Like on floor 10, you'll get a prize, and then floor 20, you'll get another prize, so on and so forth. The best time I would suggest going to the Pit of 100 Trials is either if you decided to a side quest, you decide that you want to do a side quest, because there are two side quests in particular that require you to go down the Pit of 100 Trials. What I would usually prefer doing is waiting until the last crystal star, like before I do that, to go down to halfway down the floor, because at floor 50 you get an item called the Strange Sack, and that doubles your inventory space. That is very useful, very nice to have. And yes, that's our next location, the Bodily Woods, to get the next crystal star. I believe it's the Emerald Star. And you know what happens? We get the Emerald Star, and then, another 119 to go. Oh, wait. Oh, yeah, thank goodness this isn't Super Mario Galaxy 2. Yeah, that joke kind of fell flat. Haha, paper! By the way, those 4 things up there, in the top right corner, that's actually important for later. In fact, specifically for the second chapter. So try to remember this little riddle that I tend to give myself. The sun rises, the moon falls. The little creatures protect the stars. I just try to remember that as a pattern. Alright, I should probably turn that off. Thank goodness. Anyways, BP needed. And if you noticed here, you found a scrap of paper with info about red bones. You found a scrap of paper in the garbage in the can relating to Hooktail. If you miss specific mini-bosses, or if you miss any boss that you can fight numerous times, basically, you have a chance. You can actually get the title information from them from Professor Franklin's trash can. It's super useful. By the way, we get ourselves another star piece there. Figured we might as well pick that up. And I think that puts our number at 5 star pieces. Let me check real quick. Yes, 5. Now, next thing that we're going to do is that we're going to go into here. By the way, yes, Luigi's here. Okay, you want to come over here. Basically, give him 3, and he'll upgrade a partner. Now, you can use multi-bonk, hit a foe numerous times, or shell shield. This is a pretty interesting one. Basically, you'll put a shield around Mario, and then it'll protect him to like a certain amount of damage. It's sort of like a substitute for Pokemon, except it doesn't actually decrease your own health. For right now, since we only have access to 4 at this point, and 3 of them were at Hooktail's castle, I would suggest going ahead and just upgrading Goombella. Because there are enemies in the next chapter that have around like 3 or 4 HP, and I'd rather not be forced to use my Power Smash until our next upgrade. So that means that the most of the enemies that Goombella faces, she'll be able to take out in 1 or 2 turns. Take out in a turn easily. Now Luigi here, he has the story of the Waffle Kingdom, and he has stories of the Waffle Kingdom. He's basically on a quest just like you, And he's trying to save Princess Eclair. The only one that he has right now is the Waffle Kingdom letter. Also, this music is great. My big brother, that's you, bro. Sorry if I wasn't talking there. From here on out, when we talk to Luigi and when we do the Waffle Kingdom stories, I'm actually going to be talking over him, but I wanted you guys to actually get to hear the song. Anyways, let's see here. Yeah, Goombella's HP jumped up to 20. If you upgraded Koops, he would have jumped up to 15, which honestly would have worked just as well, in my opinion. Because, like, you know, he has that 1 point of defense, which, you know, will protect him from a little bit more than for Goombella. And we're gonna go into the bag shop here. I'm gonna see what we can get. Okay, Unsimplifier. Ooh, Happy Flower. I might want to pick that up, actually. I'm gonna sell some stuff. Let's see here. I'm gonna sell the attack. I'm gonna sell the badge, that badge, because I have no use for it. Let's see here. I'm gonna sell the Mega Rush because I don't have a use for that, honestly, because if my partner's in peril, then I'm healing them. Oh, I guess I was wrong about this. I thought it was gonna be like 100 coins or more, but no, it's just 75, and yes, the Quick Change badge is a lot of coins, but I consider it to be invaluable later on. To be really valuable, especially if you like to tattle enemies like I do. And let me just check to see if there's anything that I would consider selling. I'm probably going to keep the Power Bounce, though after one point I might just get rid of it. I'm going to keep the Multi-Bounce for later. You guys will see at a much later point. Let's see, we're going to pick up the Happy Flower badge. Yeah, basically it's just like, I sold like a couple of badges, some of them being kind of like, you know, expensive. And then I just bought one, and it was on sale, too. That kind of tells you. Oh, by the way, this is Thrifty here. He's actually sitting outside the shop. And if you go inside, that's your sign to tell you that the contact lenses have come in. And the contact lenses are only 10 coins. So if you don't happen to have any money at all, and no items to sell, then you can just go, and then you can just, like, you know, just fight some enemies. Contact lens, oh sweet relief, thank you! Finally the world has been clear again, I can see, oh I'm so happy! And now we have access to being able to cook items and ingredients to make other foods. Trust me, this stuff can get ridiculous, especially later on when we get access to the ability to cook 2 items at once. What I want her to cook right now is the turtley leaf. Because right now she can only cook 1 item at a time. And, going back to my earlier tangent about cutting stuff out, since I'm recording everything on my phone, I'm not actually going to really be able to cut anything out, because I don't know how stuff like that works. Okay, now, that heals at 7 FP, I believe. Yes, 7 FP. That's nearly all of our FP that we got there. That's pretty good. Now, don't cook this. You want to save this. Now, I don't think you get anything if you cook Mini Mr. Mini. You want to cook the honey syrup. Because what you'll get there is that you'll get something called like a glass of juice, or like fresh juice. It does the same as the honey syrup does. You know, it heals at 5 FP. However, it comes with an added benefit. It also heals you from poison. We don't actually run into the poison status until until chapter 5, or if you decide to go into the Pit of 100 Trials early. In which case, any enemy that actually hits you, you're more in danger of dying immediately via like getting smacked by an enemy than you are by dying from like HP loss. And you want to cook a mushroom. For cooking the mushroom, you'll end up getting, I think it's a shroom roast. It's either that or a shroom steak. We'll see in just a sec. But what it does, okay. Shroom fry, okay. It heals 6 HP and 2 FP. At this point in the game, like, you know, enemies are going to start hitting harder, and it's suggested that you upgrade your HP and or, like, you know, get more useful items. Now, right here, he has a couple of... He has a set stock that sort of randomizes every time that you move away by 2 screens or load into a completely different area. He can sell you the Repel Cape, which gives you the evasion status. The Timing Tutor, which helps you learn stylish commands. The Boost Sheet, which makes you invisible so attacks miss you completely. And Hammerman. Increases your power of your hammer by 1, but you lose the ability to jump. Honestly, at this point right now, Hammerman is especially kind of cool because you can do a lot of cool stuff with that. But honestly, I don't want to buy anything from you at the moment because I've only got 100 coins. And guess what I'm about to do? Yeah, I'm gonna invest into Lumpy again. Most people at this point would just kind of stop lending him money. And don't worry, there's no chance that you'll ever actually lose profit on this. The only way you'll lose profit is if you, like, have, like, a lot of coins in your inventory, and you talk to him, and he gives you, like, a bunch of coins, and you're like, crap, I had a lot of money already, because by the time that we actually run into him again, we'll actually have a fair amount of coin. But there's a special little trick I want to show you guys later on that's really cool. And for that to work, I'm gonna be upgrading my health. Probably not at all, as that's something I'm kind of comfortable with. Now let's see here. Ooh, right. I remember this one. Okay. I don't remember how much he asked for, but I think it's like 5. Here's the thing: is that if he just told me right off the bat that I would just go ahead and run and do that, I'm gonna go to Mayor Croup, and I'm gonna, like, you know, do this trouble to give him something, and he'll give me a turtle leaf as a reward, just so you guys know. As for right now, I'm just sort of doing the the 3 side quests. I will warn you guys though that that I'll probably actually just cut out. And just cut out the one where we go through the actual dungeon area, because if you guys remember that little elevator area where we fight the dry bones that meet with a giant green block and the dry bones, he's in that little alcove area where we found the life shroom. That's where he is, and it turns out that he's like an old friend of Coop's. And, honestly, yeah. In my opinion, it's not worth going through most of the way just to show that, so I'm actually gonna that's actually something that I'm not going to be showing. Because I already showed you guys the location of where it is before. It's in that place where we found the life shroom. Yeah, dang it. That way I don't have to worry about cutting stuff out. Okay. Now, I wonder if what I think is about to happen is going to happen. Okay, no. Because I've had times before where an enemy had something like a close call badge or a pretty lucky badge, and I think it was like a pretty lucky partner. It was like a pretty lucky partner badge. Which, like, you know, is really just, in general, it raises, sometimes, like, you know, would have Mario miss, like, you know, an Alex, rather than, okay, I'll just focus on him first. No, the lucky stat is activated on him. The game is a little jank. It's a little jank when it comes to enemies holding badges, and they do have and they have a chance to drop a badge. It's just that it's not very high. Same kind of goes for items. And it's a little weird how it works, because I've always been curious, like, what happens if a Goomba attacks Mario when it's holding like the power, not like the power smash badge or something like that. Like, you know, our first hammer ability that we got. Let's see here. I'm gonna store that. Store that. Store that. And then I'm going to sell. Oh, I don't have enough money. Okay. Yes, I earned myself a free mushroom. I might as well just sell this here. Sell the mushroom, get a little bit more coin. Actually, I think I should have enough money to do that. Because, let me think. Let me check real quick. Because I think I just need 2 more. Because the way how it specifically works is that Thrifty is in need, or I think it's Thrifty. He needs a resupply of items. And basically, might as well just check this again. That way we can, because that's actually an important cooking item for later for making stuff. Okay, basically he just sort of talks about, like, you know, kids these days and stuff. And even though, like, you know, it's actually kind of humorous when you actually read it. In which case, I'm a little sorry that I'm not. But at the same time, we're at, like, 22 minutes, and I want to see if I can at least get through the rest of these with little trouble and difficulty. And as I said, I'm going to do that side quest where we find Kooppook off screen. And I'm reiterating this for the 3rd time now, but we find him where we find the life shroom. So if you guys need to know where he is, or if you need to know as to where the life shroom is, just rewatch the video. Just rewatch the video from it was like video 4. Yes, video 4. Just rewatch that one. And yes, I could fight enemies to do that, but I try not to grind if I can, because in the original Paper Mario, if you maxed out all your other stats and then you got a level up, you were pretty much soft-locked onto the screen. For one thing, it's actually very difficult to max out every stat, so the only way you're gonna do that is by complete accident. Good job there, Goombella. You're a wonderful swimmer. Okay, wait for him to go down. And, yeah, sure, let's go ahead and just see what Dazzle has available for us, because we've got pretty much all the items that we're going to need. And if it's, like, an item that happens to sell pretty well, then I'll... Okay. Oh, I could have actually bought a Happy... Dadgummit. I suppose I can get this from Dazzle and then sell it? Because I plan to get most of these anyway. Because I plan to get, like, most of these. But... I'll get this. And... I'll get this. And I actually want to keep the Chill Out badge. And then I want to sell the attack effects badge. Now, what is this one? Okay, it's just a metal sound. It's nothing that important. I'll sell that after we do the quest with I really want to say it's Thrifty, but it's like, I know that one's Thrifty, but the other one's like, I want to say Shifty. What was his name? I think it was, oh, it was Plenty. Thank you. Yeah, because Thrifty's the guy that's outside. And I believe he wants... And I remember that it always involves courage shells. And I actually got one earlier from a Koopa, so that was actually a really good thing. I didn't end up having to, like, you know, buy an extra one. Go in. Okay. 5, yes, okay. 5 courage shells. That's good. And, okay. The reward that you get is, honestly, in my opinion, absolutely worth it. He gives you an Ultra Shroom. Heals 50 HP. That's actually that's a lot, especially at this point in the game. But this is one of those things where I would suggest storing it for now. Actually... Well, yeah, let's go ahead and just... let's just withdraw. I'm gonna withdraw that. Oh yeah, I'm actually gonna need some money, so I'm also gonna do that off screen. So if my numbers seem different, you'll know why. And, get that out. And then... yeah. For right now, that's it, everybody. You guys have a wonderful night, and I'll see you guys next time.